3, 2, 1. Hey all, how's it going? CowGod here. Thought I'd play another game here. Pandora First Contact. This was, I think it was a Kickstarter, or it was just an indie game that I supported. Made by kind of an indie studio. And if you've ever played Sid Meier's Civilization or Alpha Centauri in particular, this is almost like a spiritual successor to Alpha Centauri, and if you put in the Sig 5 kind of hex map. So it's got similar factions, similar thing going on. Basically, you're these colonists, and there's about 6 factions, I think, all radically different, like militaristic, religious, scientific, eco-friendly, capitalist, communist, and all those factions just don't quite agree with each other, and they all land on this planet because their colony ship separated, and they all land on this different planet called Pandora in different areas, and they have to interact with each other. You have to colonize, you pick one of these races. So it's a 4X game. There's also an extra element that there's the alien species on Pandora, which we have to actually deal with and encounter, kind of like natives. So I figured I'd play a little bit of this. I've been really enjoying it lately. So has a little bit different mechanics. I'm going to assume probably that you're familiar with 4X games and Civ. If not, there's some great channels out there. Go check some of those out. I might even do some Civ 5 later once I get better at it, because I'm no expert by far compared to others out there. So let's jump on a new game here. So here's our factions. The Divine Ascension, kind of zealous, militaristic kind of. The Imperium, which is all the typical, world power kind of thing. Noxium Corporation, very corporate, money. The Solar Dynasty, this is more communistic kind of good of the people. The Terra Salvum, they're the eco-friendly people. And the Togra University, all about research and science. So I'm just going to go with random, because that's more fun. Do large world size, that's, I think, next to largest. Large is pretty good. World shape random is pretty good. I'm going to do continents, I think. I'm going to keep it at the standard easy, low alien aggression, standard pace. We've got some more advanced options if you wanted to set teams and stuff like that. I'm not going to worry about that. This is the interesting thing about this game. Revealed research tiers. In other games like Civ and stuff, you have all of your research laid out before you. And you can pick your entire path from beginning to end, however you want to get to the last tech. You can pick each step of the way on the first turn of the game, pretty much. This one only reveals what you can currently research, and 2 tiers past that. And it's not a defined tree. It's a random tree each time you play the game. I mean, there's like Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, but like different epochs or eras, but the things inside those eras randomize. So they actually change each time you play a new game. So you could have, like on the first tier, your defenses. Well, maybe next game that's a 2 or 3 tier thing. So it kind of changes around what's required for what's research, so it makes it really interesting each time. So let's load this up. It'll figure out our planet here, populate and colonize and alienate and all that junk. Let's see here. So where are we landing?
Of the scientific Togra University, your faction values the human intellect and academic virtues, highly respecting personal freedom. While this freedom might result in a lack of discipline or motivation at times, your scientists show unrivaled creativity and are among the brightest in the known universe.
So there you go. So we're going to be Dr. Schreiber and the Togra University. So lots of bonus to our research from scientists. Great. Resourceful. That's cool. Refitting our units, redoing them is 25% less because we experiment. We get a Seeker ATV as our first vehicle, and we have a -2 morale penalty because our guys are kind of crazy scientists or something. So you land. I've got a colonizer, and I've got that Seeker ATV. So it's a mobile unit, which helps explore a little bit quicker in the early game. So this doesn't look terrible, terrible, but it doesn't look great because we're on some tundra. And here's some regular tundra. Just one food is all it gives us. Forest gives us food, a mineral, and also a negative on pollution, which is good. And Garden of Eden. This is great to colonize right next to. So I think we're going to go ahead and go there, and this is going to grow a lot of our food. So I'm going to build a city with our colonizer.
This city is what it is because our citizens are what they are.
Okay.
Plato.
So we built a city. And it gives us little tooltips. I'm going to drag around the map here. We can probably reveal more if we go up onto this mountain over here. So I'm going to jump over here. Oh, and we're next to the coast. Okay. So you don't see it immediately, but over here, just out of our reach, this is fungus. And that is, at the moment, not very useful at all. Might become useful later if we figure out what it is. I can see a little bit peeking over here. So that's where aliens live and come from and all that junk. Alright, so our tooltips telling us everything. Choose our research. So we already know analytical dynamics to get our ATV, but you can see that's already a tier 2. That's not even a tier 1. So we have to research these things, of course, in the tree order. You can get naval logistics, and that will unlock both of these, or you can get the pre-igniter, and that'll only lock this one. You can see it's kind of got a different curve to it and stuff. Some unlock 1 or 2, or some unlock 3. And all of these are not required, like, for example, the Great Planetary Survey. Only one of these, so I could research that, because I already know this one. So, just to head off the aliens, I'm going to get the flamethrower, the Hellfire, because it hurts biologicals, and aliens are biologicals. And you can see I only know 2 tiers beyond what I can research. Only know this little bit because... Okay, well I can research here, so I only know this bit and this one because I can research the titanium plates here, which will be a good thing. The other great thing about this that is copied a little bit, like I said, from Alpha Centauri, is that your units are a base, and then there's a weapon, and then there's armor, and then there's like an advancement or enhancement that you can put on them. So they're not just build this unit. You can actually customize them, change them, do all kinds of stuff. Once we get a second city, I'll show you the other amazing mechanic that I really like about this game that makes it more interesting. So, our first production. Let's go ahead and build some defense, I'm thinking. And then maybe a former. And then more defense. We'll go with that. Just the 2. So we got those queued up. And it explored a Garden of Eden. Tells us what it does. It adds 4 and 1. This is food. This is recreation. So you can see all those here. Habitat is how many people you can have in it, so I can only grow this up to 7 before they get grumpy. It has +1 growth per turn. 6 turns until it grows. Food, that's being produced by my guys here. I have 1 scientist working instead of working any of the tiles. I'm going to change him to a farmer because I want him to grow faster. Actually, I don't need to because we're not using that much food because we don't have that many people here. So you can see that affects everything. I can put him in farmers, he gets more food, increases morale, all that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of side effects. I can put him in mining, and it puts it on the best mining spot. And that gives us minerals. Minerals are required for production. So if I put him in workers, you can see that my minerals use per turn has dropped down to negative. But I'm producing 4 production per turn. So I could eat through my resources a little bit, but cuts my production from 8 to 4. Or I can go into research and figure out things faster. So you can see that does a lot more. And that's my special ability. So let's go ahead and do our first turn here. And we can already see a flying alien over here. The Skite. So they're a 2 unit, 2.5. And my guy's a 2 unit, but they have a little bit of advantage. Because I'm in the mountains. Okay. Yeah, I can't even shoot them. Just looking at combat. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and go over to the next mountains. Oh, that's a big guy. That's a Devourer. He's an 8-0. So, those are kind of bad sometimes. And also, we can see a sunken ruin. If we had a boat, we can get that. And that's the little goody huts that are in some games where you pick this up, and it's a random extra money, research, little bits that you can pick up. And also over here you can see this little thing sticking out is an alien nest. So we'll be looking at those and maybe taking care of a few of those in a bit. Because this is my land. I'm taking it. See, I can see some gold peeking out over here, and we can see lots of fungus. You can see it just creates pollution right now for me. So there's no real advantage to harvest it. Also, if my units end a turn in here, they lose 0.2 of their health. So it starts ticking down, and they, take damage from trying to go through that junk. So let's just keep on. Whoa, that's a big nest. That's a big hive. So yeah, that will spawn units, and they will come get me, and that's bad. So that's why we researched Hellfire. So let's go to our workshop. So here's our 4 basic units we can make. Hellfire can only go on Colonial Troopers, so I'll do a new Colonial Trooper, and I'm just going to change him to Hellfire. And I can rename him if I want, and I usually put like Colonial F, just so I know he's the flame one. And if I had armor, I could add armor. If I had devices, I could add devices. Each one of these increase, as you can see, the combat with the little fist symbol, 25% overall, and also gives me 25% longer production. But it has some bonuses versus certain things. So it's great for taking out ground biologicals, which is mostly what we see. So that's all we can do with that research. We'll go ahead and move our unit since we got him looking at us. We're kind of limited on a little peninsula, it looks like, here. So we've got that. And since excuse me, since we've already got this geared up here, formers we're not messing with yet, I might go get the titanium armor so that our early units can last a little bit longer. And we can actually choose to skip the first tier, reinforced steel plates. You can see everything skirts around it, so we never have to research this, because we've already got tier 2. It makes it obsolete. So let's go with that. Do I want to... I'm going to queue some stuff up, holding shift and clicking here, because xenology will decrease alien aggression, because they're not happy I'm here. So let's grab that. Minerals, and let's see. Our big thing that we're going to run into as well is slower building. So I might go ahead and I'm just going to shift click here, and that's going to do the fastest track I can get to there. So that's a bunker that makes our units more experienced. Units gain 10 levels of experience, making them tougher and more versatile in combat. I don't see what I'm looking for yet. Oh, actually there. Modular housing. This will make our cities bigger. So instead of having a 7 limit plus the one it has, so 8 total, this makes it so it can have 12. So that'll be important. Alright. So where are we going now? Let's try and skirt around this. Yeah. I'm going to take 1 turn of damage there, but gets me through there quicker. Ooh, hello. So these guys are here. Hopefully they won't attack me. I don't think they will. But we discovered some ruins, so that's going to be our new objective, is those ruins. And our city grew. So we got a little bit more production. Let's see what it's doing just automatically. So it put in another guy in farmers. So what happens if I take him out? If I put him in scientists as well. Okay, so then we're kind of stagnant on our research pool. So that's alright. We're still getting lots of research, good money, no pollution, awesome. You can fumble with the tax rate a little bit if you want. So you can decrease this. I'm thinking, yeah, this is good. Morale's okay. I still like extra credits though, but this gives us, just dropping it 2 points, bumped us up extra morale and research without losing money. So I'm going to hold it at 40%. Got 2 scientists, and that's it. Nobody knows how to make food. Awesome. And of course, this guy's a jerk and went right where I was going to go. So I'm going to have him stop, heal a turn so he gets his life up a little bit, hoping these aliens won't attack me. I discovered a hot springs over here. It gives us lots of morale, a little bit of food. That's probably the food from the tundra. So we got some defenses here. They're okay. They're not great. Now we're building a former. We can see there. That's good. Let's have you go where I wanted.
Imagine nothing pleasanter than to spend all of our lives digging for relics of the past. Heinrich Schliemann.
So cool quotes. And we get a bonus 75 credits just out of nowhere. Credits we can use to upgrade units from previous versions, or we can use them to speed build things. So they're kind of versatile just to kick stuff when you need it to go a little better. Let's see here. Another alien hive, and we can see some xenomorph drones here. There's 2 of those, and a queen underneath there if I mouse over. So definitely nothing this guy can take on. So we'll just finish our turn there. And so far the aliens are friendly to us. That's good, right? Alright, got some new armor. Workshop. Let's immediately armor all the combat things. So bam. So if you'll watch up here, 2.0 in his combat, movement, sight range, upkeep cost, which is how much it's going to cost us per month to keep him in credits, and production cost. So let's upgrade his armor. So you can see a little bit longer to produce, no change in upkeep or anything, and increase in power. So that's cool. Let's do the same thing to our flamer, because he's going to be getting in combat. Let's upgrade our seeker too. When we build new seekers, that's going to boost them up a little bit more. So we'll close that out. We've already got our research queued, so no need to do anything with that. And let's just keep exploring. That's all we can do. We got an observatory. We'll probably get to that next turn here, unless somebody blocks it, which they didn't. Alright.
The more clearly we can focus our attention on the wonders and realities of the universe about us, the less taste we shall have for the destruction of our race. Wonder and humility are wholesome emotions, and they do not exist side by side with a lust for destruction. Rachel Carson.
Alright, so that gives us extra 2 more sight range so we can see out here and see a bunch of water. Didn't see a lot for us, but we know where the coast is, so we'll have him jump back over here and keep exploring out. I mean, I assume that that guy's probably not going to live long. Okay, xenology. So that's got an advancement. So that means it doesn't immediately happen. It's kind of interesting to apply some of those kinds of things. You actually have to apply that advancement. So I'll actually have to add that to my building queue to apply that nationwide so that I have, you know, less aggression with the aliens. Hopefully I can talk to them or something. Ooh. Here's a Galleth. It's like a giant... I can zoom in. What is this thing? So it's got this hook thing that comes out. Oh yeah. See, look at that. He can attack with this pincher. He's nasty looking. Here's some really weird looking Venus flytrap things. Those little drones. Alright, next turn. Let me zoom back here. Alright, refining array. I got that so I could get more minerals and a couple extra minerals from each time I build that building. Let's see here. Speaking of minerals, there's a giant field of minerals. Another field of gold here. Alright. Another thing of aliens. So many aliens. It's like they were here first or something. So I'm researching really fast because that's what I do. And I'm not seeing a lot of stuff here. Haven't run into any other humans yet. I know there's another alien thing up here. But after we get our former, we can start maybe improving these tiles a little bit. I mean, forests aren't bad to start with. I mean, they give you just blanket resources. But on some of these hills, I can build mines to start pulling some more minerals out. And then I can do faster production and stuff, so... Oh, hello. Those guys were hidden in the forest. Let's keep looking. I mean, I feel like I've got to be north or south here. And I'm having a feeling that I'm south. There's Noxium. That's got more minerals, but minus to morale, which is kind of interesting. Still just searching while our research piles up and our construction goes on. Nothing going on over here? No? You know, I feel bold. Let's take our Marines out a little bit. Not too far. Oh, an observation tower is all that's down there. Ooh, but another little ruin. So we'll go grab that in the next turn. What did we get? Okay, that's our research. Automated factory. Does faster production. And our unit gained 2 ranks. So he was rank 1, now he's a rank 3. He's still a little bit damaged, I think. But now he's a 2.2. Yeah, he's at 90% health. So he's actually like a 2.4 instead of a 2.0. So a couple of ranks will make him a lot tougher. So it's really valuable to see if you can try and keep your units in combat instead of kind of throwing them away. Look, dolphins! Get my defenders back here until I get some more defenses going. Just keep searching. More fungus, more aliens. We'll see how that goes for now, guys. And see you next time.